Hello everyone, this is your girl CataLina. I am so excited about conquering with CataLina. I wanted to come make this introduction video just to explain who and what conquering with CataLina is. Again, I am your girl CataLina, and I decided that I would like to use my story, my past experiences, the things that life had thrown at me. I wanted to use those experiences and be very transparent within this space so that somebody else could grow and get exactly what they're in need of. I remember when life was very low for me. I remember how I felt. I remember how it felt like I was all alone. I was by myself. I did not have an outlet. I did not have anyone to talk to. And so I wanted to say, I'm coming to say that I'm refusing to walk forth and become who I'm going to be without sharing about how I'm becoming or how I became where I am today. And y'all, life is all about evolving, progressing. And so none of this is to say, hey, I'm perfect, I'm where I want to be, this, that, but this is just to say, hey, when I did the necessary work, when I decided that I wasn't going to be sad and depressed and angry and suicidal, I wasn't going to stay in unhealthy relationships, I wasn't going to give in to other people and their wants and needs anymore. When I decided that I was gaining control over my life, then things began to get better for me. Now listen, like I said, I had to do some necessary hard work. And when I say hard, I mean it was hard. There were some days I was like, Lord, I want to give up. But he carried me through. And so that's what I want to come share with you all. I'm going to be sharing my experiences with domestic violence, with having seizures at a very young age, with having mental health issues, with having diagnoses where the doctors told my mom, hey, she might not see it to this age, or hey, she might be in jail, or hey, this. I went through suicidal moments. I went through suicidal times in my life. There were years where I was suicidal, where I tried to take my life, where I felt like I wasn't purposeful, where I wasn't valued. I felt like I didn't belong here, and I felt like I was all alone. So I want to share how the devil is a liar, but it's about what you feed your mind. It's about how you start your day. It's about who you surround yourself with. When I tell y'all, there were many moments and many times in my life where I had to sit in a place of loneliness, right? Because I had to learn who I was, and I didn't want to become anybody else. I didn't want to think of myself the way other people thought of me. I wanted to figure out who it is that CataLina is for herself. What is her desires? What is her wants? What is her likes? What does she want to become? How does she like to wear her hair? How does she like to dress? How does she like to talk? What's her favorite place to eat? Because I did not know those things about myself. And so when I took the time to figure out who I am, and what I'm becoming and who I want to become, things began to change for me, y'all. And like I said, I was in a place of loneliness for a while. And we'll talk about good loneliness and bad loneliness, right? Because sometimes you need to be in a place of isolation to figure out who you are, to figure out your goals, your dreams, your purpose, and who you are, right? But then sometimes the enemy will have you in a place of isolation where he makes you feel that nobody loves you, nobody cares for you, nobody likes you. And so I want to make sure that I discuss those things, because sometimes we have to know how to discern what the enemy is feeding our mind, and also what we're feeding our mind, what the Lord is feeding our mind. Because as we know, we have a good conscience and a bad conscience. And when you are in a negative atmosphere, when you are in a negative upbringing, when your family dynamic is chaos, right? You are to believe that negativity is all you ever know, but the devil is a liar. And so I had to start confessing those things out of myself, out of my mouth, and I had to start doing the necessary work so that CataLina could become CataLina. And so, again, this video will not be long. I also will be sharing with you guys about my life, y'all. I am a young mother. So Conquering with CataLina I'm going to be discussing a lot of different things. I am going to be discussing the things that happened in my life and how they made me become, and how I am still pressing forth. How, yes, times still get hard, but when I said that I am taking control over me, I am being obedient to what God has called me to do. I am listening to his voice so that I can move and become who he's requiring and created me to be, right? And so I want to be transparent, because I was that young lady that wanted to be dead. I was that young lady that was doing the rah-rah and this and that and really felt empty inside. I was the young lady that they said, oh, she talk all the time, or she this, or she that, she gonna be a teen mom. Y'all, I never forget when one of my siblings said it, and they were right. But guess what? God has used that thing to help me become. And everything, and sometimes God will have people to speak through you through certain things, and we're so quick to get offended, right? But actually, God is like, I gave this to somebody, and yeah, you were a teen mom, but let me show you what I can birth out of this, right? Yes, you had a mom, you had a baby at 19, but now you have a nonprofit where you are blessing other women, and none of this is to boast or anything like that, but it's just to say, listen, God can really do a work in whatever situation you are in. And he can use that very thing that you were ashamed of, embarrassed of, that you felt like, oh God, everybody's going to be angry at me about this. He says, listen, trust me. Yeah, you did this, but I'm going to show you what's on the other side. I'm going to show you what I can birth out of you. I'm going to show you what's really inside of you, right? And so y'all, I got a different fight and a different determination when I became a mom, because it's to show that, yo, this is not only for me, but this is what my son needs, right? This is what my future children need. This is what his children need, and those children afterwards need. And so I am taking y'all on this journey with me. I am going to be transparent. I am going to give you the good and the bad times, and not that this will be a space where I'm coming and pouring my life out. But we need transparency, because we're in a time where we want to be like the IG models. We want to be like the people that got all the money, right? And we really don't know who we are. We're trying to be somebody that's on the internet, that we're trying to be somebody that we see and look up to. And honestly, you have to first learn how to become you, so that you won't follow somebody else, that you won't be a follower. And that's a good point also, because I want to share this. Sometimes you have to follow to now become a leader. And that was another thing I remember growing up hearing. She's a follower, she's this, she's that, right? But now God has me in a place where I am leading. And so it wasn't necessarily that I was following somebody else. I just had to learn how to be the backseat driver and figure out who I wanted to become, what people I did not want to be like. And so I thank God. All I want to say is I thank God for giving me this vision. I thank God for allowing this to happen. And I pray that wherever Conquering with CataLina goes, that it flourishes. I pray that it blesses somebody else, because honestly, this is bigger than me. My whole vision and purpose is to become and to help other young women, other young males become all that you can be. You can be the black sheep and be everything you need to be. You can be the one that nobody likes and become everything you need to be. You can be the one that they talked about, lied on, whatever, and still become everything you need to be. You got to learn how to discern and to tune out voices that are not for you, okay? Tune out those voices. You got to wake up in the morning and get up out the bed and start saying, hey, listen, I am a conqueror. I can do all things through Christ. I am above and not beneath. I am the head and not the tail. All things work for the good of those who love the Lord. And you got to start speaking those things out of your mouth, because that is the truth and that is the word. You have to start telling yourself, I am going to be everything. I am courageous. I am strong. I am powerful. I will make a difference. I will empower. I will become, right? Even when your situation looks bad. Like, y'all, even when my situation looked bad, to others it's like, how could she empower? How could she do this? And listen, even when it looks bad, I'm going to give God the glory, and I'm going to say, hey, listen, I get how it used to be. I get what it's supposed to look like. I get what the devil said I was going to be. I get that. I get what my mama and my daddy said I was going to be. But I'm bigger than that, and I'm becoming all that I'm going to be. Y'all, let me stop there. It's so much in store for Conquering with CataLina. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, and follow. And I just want to tell you, this page is to encourage, is to remind you that you are powerful. You are capable of all things. You are valuable. You are necessary. You are needed. And we rebuke him, every spirit of suicide, because there is so much more inside of you. And I get it don't look like it right now, but we're not going to give in to what our mind is telling us. We're going to actually get up and do the necessary work so that we can become everything that we were created to be, y'all. I love y'all. Follow me on Facebook at Conquering with CataLina. Follow me on Instagram at Conquering with CataLina. You can also follow my personal Instagram page as @SheIsCatalina_. And let's get connected, y'all. Stay tuned for the next video. I will talk to y'all soon.